Bro, 16 pounds at 5 years old. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? 5 years old. When I was 5 years old, I was already in karate. Oh, bro, I weighed way more than 16 pounds. Okay, this is a pedo question, bro. Average weight. Okay. Yes, this is bad. It doesn't look as bad. Average weight. What is this? What is this? Bro, I can't afford any of this. I can barely afford the math. Females. Oh, this is a weird thing to be Googling, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a health professional. 39 pounds. She weighed half. Bro, she weighed half what other girls weigh. Oh, hold on. Look, bro, I saw this YouTube short. It's funny as fuck. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Now Google white van rentals. Wait, are we speedrunning a fucking FBI list? Look at this, bro. Oshkosh. I love white guys. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. Hey! Good one, bro. Good one.
Dada, we love you.
The other night, some guy, a woman that I've known for a while, asked me if you can put some boxes inside my in my storage, right?
I did.
Oh no, bro. The box had the daughter in it. Also, is this Lil Wayne? Was that a Bad Bunny meme? No. What are you talking about? Bro, is this Lil Wayne?
If you can put some boxes inside.
Night, Dada. Night, Dada. We love you.
Bro, come on. Bro, come on.
Dada.
Come on, bro. Come on. It's Lil Wayne. Come on, dog. Nah.
We
Look at
love
her.
you.
Look at her, bro. She looks like Lil Wayne.
The other night, some guy,
Even got the same voice too.
if you can put some boxes inside my
Bro, when I meet Lil Wayne and they show him, bro, come on, and they show him this clip, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I think I'm funny. Yo, Lil Wayne, my bad, bro. I think I'm funny once in a while.
And you know, we really got and it's a baby.
Oh no.
Say bye, Dada.
It's a baby. I just seen the arm and I just know it's a dead body.
It was the worst type of crime imaginable. After a lackluster attempt to hide it within a leased storage unit, the concealed body of a tiny child had been uncovered. In just a few seconds, you'll witness a dramatic scene as a
Oh my
cat
god,
rapist
oh my god, oh my
slides
god.
off the couch, bends over, and appears to start praying. However, you'll soon learn that the horrendous tragedy behind this display of emotion could have easily been diverted if not for a twisted and shocking motive.
Right when I opened it and I seen the work, I called it. It smells.
Oh my god, of course it's gonna smell like a fucking cadaver.
Just by
Cadaver,
the
whatever
smell
the
on the
fuck.
appearance, so wait for Nutley.
Yeah, it's a fucking. Oh, oh.
Charles 29 report number, please.
Can you see that?
Why would you hide a fucking body, bro? In one of these things, bro. Dead bodies stink. Why would you hide a dead body in there? Bro, listen. If she weighed 16 pounds, okay, she might not have been that big. Okay, listen, bro, you can... Hey, you make a tiny hole. She'll fit in that, dude. Come on, dog. Get digging.
And then in this
Start
container,
digging.
there's some decom.
Bro, 16 pounds? No. Let's be real. 16 pounds is nothing, okay? A little tub, okay, of water like this holds like 16 pounds. Alright? A little tub like this. So like you could get some acid, you could dump the body in there, bro. That's 16 pounds. Right? You could dig a tiny hole, drop it in, that's 16 pounds. You know, talking about people that weigh 16 pounds. Malik, I saw your live stream failed post. I saw it. Stream, you fucking dumb fuck.
Smell a little bit. Sir, is it you and your wife that do you live here also? Okay.
Dude, 16 pounds. 16 pounds. Bro, I'm pretty sure I've eaten more than 16 pounds, okay, in a sitting. At least one time in my life, I've eaten more than 16 pounds, bro. Just become a fucking cannibal. You already killed the little girl. Might as well just become a cannibal. I mean, you're already there. You know what I mean, Malik? You know what I mean? Yeah, you already killed your child. I mean, might as well.
The responding officer is
Why would
securing
you
the
hide
area
her in a
awaiting the
fucking
arrival of the
in one of
sergeant
these
so she
storage
can bring
things,
him up
bro?
to
It's
speed.
hot and you're gonna get caught. No, like, bro, you're gonna get caught. Okay, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught. All right, try to not get caught. I mean, you can bury her. You can, bro. She's so easy to 16 pounds. She's tiny.
So we have the complainant detained.
Malik,
He points
I'm
to
pressing
the
everybody, bro.
in there.
Even the
Yeah,
little girl.
in this blue barrel, and there's some decomp in there. It's stinking.
Oh, so he did try to.
There's nothing in there.
Oh,
There's a bag.
imagine the smell.
So he's like, I used that
Dude.
knife that's sitting on top of.
Dude, when I was a chemist, okay, I used cadaverine one time. Actually, I don't think I used cadaverine. I used another compound that is similar to cadaverine. Bro, I used a drop. That shit stunk so bad. The whole lab was stinking up. It wasn't cadaverine. It was another thing, for fish. What was I trying to do? I can't remember what I was trying to do, bro. That shit stunk. Imagine a whole body.
I opened that bag, and as soon as I saw the baby's arm, I backed away and called you guys.
Officers continue to secure the scene, and a chilling comment is made.
I wonder if there's more kids in that.
Oh no, more kids.
I can tell you that I can pull the information of his friend for the.
Bro, when I go to buy food, yo, legitimately, when I go to buy food, okay, at the fucking thing, all right, and I'm talking to the butchers, and the butchers are cutting the food, and they're like, I'm like, yo, can you give me 4 kilos of this, 4 kilos of that? Bro, that's 16 pounds. 8 kilos is 16 pounds. That's what I bring home. That, like, you can fit it in the fridge. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, bro, they cut that shit up. They go, and they go, hey, bro, that's gonna be 2,000 pesos. 2,000 pesos is $100 bucks. $100 bucks, bro. Come on, dog.
Well, that's what he said. He said that's why they came back to look tonight, because he drove all the way here from Reno with only 3 boxes in it.
That'd be phenomenal. If you could get the license plate, that would be great.
I'll know everything about that as soon as I can get
Oh,
the guy's
yes.
name.
We got a name of Tyler, but
No last name?
Tyler won?
I think I checked in with you when he got here.
No, but
Tyler
if
Blevins.
I
I
can get a
knew
roundabout
these
where
fucking
he
streamers were
goes,
weirdos,
it's
bro.
not a very
I
uncommon-
knew these streamers were
Well, how would you
weirdos.
end up having that? Oh, because it's U-Haul.
It's U-Haul.
Hey, Joe, how long have you known Tyler?
I first met him when I was in rehab in
Oh.
Lodge in Woodland. I first met him about 18 months ago. He started
Okay.
working there.
18 months?
Monday when that big box, whatever that is, in there.
Okay, with the blue thing in it was
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And then later on, he brought the stuff that's in the other unit.
Yeah, because I called him. I go, what's wrong with you, dude? Why are you so damn suspicious? Your wife needs to
Oh
bring a bottle.
no.
And I told him,
Oh no.
I'm trying to get caught, because I thought it was drugs.
Right.
If you're trying to get me caught up or something, because I
Oh,
just really got
no.
off wrong, don't want to get in a bunch of shit.
Right.
And I I threatened him, you know. I go, if there's something that I find in there, or if you're gonna get me in trouble, he goes, no, I promise you, there's nothing in there.
Okay.
But he was acting weird though, and then to rent a U-Haul with 3 boxes, that was really weird too.
Okay. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your daughter's the one that convinced you to open up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
What nationality do you think Tyler is trying to block that spotlight from your
Thank
face?
you. I think it's-
Actually, I'll stand right over
I
here.
think he's black or Puerto Rican, something like that.
Is he darker than you?
Yeah.
Darker than you.
Well, not really darker than me. It's kind of like different shades of dark.
Okay.
So he's probably about like my height, and he weighs probably like 150.
So he's slim and short. Okay. Do you know anything about?
Bro, isn't that Tyler 1?
Well,
Bro, he's black / Puerto Rican. He's short.
Oh, there was a girl with him when he
He
came.
weighs
yesterday?
150.
Oh, there was kids with him.
That's Tyler 1, bro.
Okay. And is she same look as him? Maybe Puerto Rican. She's definitely black. But you don't have any idea what her name might be. Okay.
How long does your camera store?
Oh, we'll go way back.
Can you look up something for me?
Good.
That's Joe at the gate.
So is that the Yaris or is that it right there?
That's the Yaris right there.
Okay, but not the guy we're interested in.
Those
The guy
red
in box.
car.
Oh, just right there. Oh, you gotta be on it. Okay.
Make a mental note of the white car, as this will be important shortly.
Phone number to the guy we're looking for. Do you have it? Yeah. We need it. Because they
Oh,
can look up
bro.
the number and get the name right here.
They're getting everything, bro.
So he's from Reno. Yeah. Tyler.
Tyler 1.
Ooh.
So Friday the 11th, they showed up with the van and the hatchback. And then the 14th, the hatchback is with Joe.
Bro, I can't see that shit. What the
So they
fuck?
ran his phone number through the computer system. This is what they came up with. So they got his driver's license number and everything. If you look on the other backside, that's his credit card that he's been using.
Bro, this guy's a retard. He was trying to get
So
caught.
let's go with this name as our possible
This
suspect.
guy's a
Send
fucking
message
dumbass trying to get caught.
To Reno, give him that horsepower and see if they can confirm an address for him there, or confirm that
Like, bro,
is a
did
good
you not
address in
think
Reno.
people were gonna find
The
out?
supervisor sent a message over there. So what
What do you
is
think?
her story as to why they decided to check things out today? Wasn't she the one that was telling her
She's been trying to convince her dad the whole time.
that something was wrong with the boxes?
No, he was not acting right.
And
She has no
she just thinks something's weird about him?
He's acting
Well-
paranoid. She said
Okay.
he seemed really nervous, really paranoid.
Okay, bro, what probably happened was the dad was like, yo, what's up? Dude, this guy came in, he was like, you remember Joe? Remember this guy? Remember this guy? He was acting weird. He brought 3 boxes in a U-Haul. He was acting weird. And the daughter's like, Dad, you gotta open that shit up. You gotta open that shit up. Like, that's weird. And he's like, I don't know. No, open it up, bitch.
They leave.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah, she convinces dad, hey,
Yeah.
that dude's weird. I need to go over here and look and see what those boxes are.
Yeah, and then you come in and then
Dad
it
to come over
smells.
Here, they come down
Yeah.
here together to look inside those boxes.
Yeah. Good
She
daughter.
did not get a good vibe from him.
Sacramento's CSI and homicide units have just discovered that a most dreaded class of cases has landed in their laps. Based on the driver's license information provided by a manager
Omni,
of the
what the
storage
fuck?
facility, law enforcement has set their
Nikki,
sights on a
remove
young
that
man
one.
by the name of Tyler
what's that?
Anderson.
That's
The
not even a
23-year-old
cock. I'll allow
resides
that
in
one.
Reno, Nevada.
It's not even a
The
cock. I'll allow
Sacramento
it.
Police Department contacts their counterparts in Reno, Nevada, and it is soon established that Tyler is married to 23-year-old Avriana Anderson.
Oh, she
Around
don't
the
look too much
same
like
time, back in Sacramento, police
she doesn't look
discovered
like
that
Lil
Tyler's
Wayne
phone
anymore.
is pinging nearby. He's soon located and taken into custody. The Reno Police Department's robbery and homicide
Oh,
unit
bro, he's
dispatched two
Mexican.
detectives to the apartment of Tyler and Avriana. at
No, it's
approximately
not dick butt, bro. It's a little fairy. Look, it's got wings. It's got wings. Right? It's like an earthworm with wings. W earthworms.
1:30 p.m. on May 16th, 2018. The day after first responders were dispatched to the horrendous scene at the storage facility. As Avriana grants the detectives entry to her Reno residence, the convoluted...
Wait, her fucking name is Averiana. Averiana. Why?
Avriana grants the detectives entry
Why?
to her Reno residence. The convoluted horror story slowly begins to unfold. Even at first glance, the apartment is noticeably unkempt. A mattress has sprung across the living room floor.
Bro,
and
there's
the kitchen
nothing
is
wrong.
filthy and littered with spoiled
There's
food.
nothing wrong with that, bro.
Adriana
Nothing
agrees
wrong
to
with that.
travel to the main station of the Reno Police Department, where she
That's
will
a
be
normal
interviewed
streamer's
by the
house.
detectives.
Standard.
Tyler, on the other hand, asks for an attorney shortly after a Sacramento detective informs him of his rights. It's not until July 5th, 2019, after more than a year has passed, that Tyler emerges to explain his long-awaited version of events.
Bro, after
Shortly
a year.
after his arrest, though, he alluded to everything in a recorded prison phone call with his mother.
I hope that the truth comes out.
It's gonna come out. Like I said, it's gonna come out, and it's not gonna be what everybody wants to hear. It's not gonna be pretty. You know, it's gonna be the truth, and it is what it is.
Until then, detectives will enter the interrogation room to speak.
How do people have the heart to talk to their mums about how they killed their daughter or their son? How do you have the heart to do that? What the fuck? Like, hey mom, I killed your granddaughter. Are you kidding me? Bro, that shit seems almost more evil than killing your fucking child. It's like an extra step. You kill your child and then you tell your mom, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, bro. You already killed your child. You don't gotta tell your mom that. The fuck?
With Adriana and the process of untangling this tragic.
I'm making it seem like telling your mom that you killed the child is worse than killing the child. Obviously, it's not worse, but bro.
Mystery that transformed a storage
yeah, saying
into
it
a
is what it
crime
is.
Scene will get underway. Adriana is situated in a room that doesn't appear
bro,
to be
if I
typical
did
for
something wrong, I'd call my mom and like, hey mom, I fucked up, bro. I fucked up.
But it appears
I
that
paid
Adriana was
I
brought
paid
into a
$10
soft
instead of
interrogation
15,
room
mom. I
that's
stole
usually
something.
reserved for
And my mom's
victims
gonna
of
be like,
crime
oh,
or children.
go over there and give them the $5 back. Bro, if I did this shit, if my kid died and I have to call my mom, my kid died under my supervision, I can't. I don't have the heart. I can't. I don't have the heart to do it, bro. If I call my mom and I tell her, Mom, the kitten died. Nah, I can't.
Watching her.
That kitten's living because I'm not calling my mom. I'm not calling my mom and telling her, hey mom, I failed again. Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
It is that she's not feeling well. And let's just say it's not due to some sort of stomach bug.
You alright? Okay. Alright, let's get this started.
This is...
The detectives are seated.
Bro, why are they doing a casting couch with her? I thought they were detectives. Look, it's a black fucking couch. Bruh, what is this interrogation room?
Directly in front of Adriana.
Are they gonna fuck the truth out of her?
A table between them. This will allow them to fully observe her body language. The detective wastes.
Bro, I've seen too many.
After a bit
I've seen too many of these.
Building.
Listen. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't like the casting couch pornos, okay? Because the guy's got a tiny cock, and I can't watch him, bro. I can't relate. Like legit, I can't. You guys seen that shit, bro? He and the girls are like, yeah, and he's like, well, so I gotta film this. I'm gonna send it to a couple of directors, and then he's like this, and it's this thing that comes out. It's like this thing that comes out, and I'm like, bruh, you can't be disappointing me like that, bro. You're gonna whip it out, and it's gonna be bang on her face. You can't be like, and then she's like, suck it, and it's like, come on, dog. Come, bro, put that shit away. Ain't nobody trying to see that. Put that shit away, bro. Bro, if we were on kick.com, I would show you what I mean, bro. I would show you what I mean. That guy shouldn't be a porn star, dog. I would show you, but I can't show you. Like, bro, put that shit away. Ain't nobody's trying to see that. Dude, it's just the truth, okay? It's the truth. It's like, I'm not trying to watch a stream if the stream is asleep, bro. That's not what a stream is there for. You're not there to sleep, bro. You're there to entertain. You're there to talk to the people. You're there to convey emotion. If you're asleep, you might as well be dead. Okay, you might as well be dead. I'm not a fucking weirdo, bro. I don't like watching dead people. I like watching alive people squirm when they kill people. I don't like watching dead people. You know what I mean? So I don't wanna, bro, like looking at a dead body is like looking at a tiny cock. I don't wanna see a tiny dick. And then it's getting soaked and the girl's pretending like, oh my God, I'm not enjoying it, but I kind of am, but I am. Oh, I don't know. Oh, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it on your ass. And she's like, oh my God, is it in there yet? Because it's not big enough. And I'm like, come on, dog. I'm trying to see that. Like, I need some piping. I need some fucking You know, I need, you know, I can't work with a fucking tiny thing like this, bro. Come on, what is that? And then the girls that are on are not even that hot, bro. Okay? So, bro, listen. The first wrong thing is the tiny dick. And then the second thing, bro, is the girls aren't even that hot. Okay? But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can't watch a porno, even if the girl is hot as fuck. If he's got a small dong, I can't watch it. I can't watch it, bro. The dick is more important than the girl. The cock goes in a higher hierarchy for me than the girl, bro. But if it's a girl, ugly, but a nice cock, if she's super enjoying it, if she's really into it, then nah, I ain't trying to see ugly people and small dicks, bro. But I'll listen. I'd rather see a fiend, okay? A fiend. She's a fiend. She kind of ugly, okay? She kind of ugly, but the guy's got a piece and the guy's banging her. I'll watch that. Now, if the guy ain't got a piece and he's like, and she's a smoking 10, I ain't watching that. I know she ain't enjoying that, bro. Hell no. Hell no. Nah, bro. Nah. How about a girl with a dick fucks a girl? If a girl with a dong is banging the girl, okay, and she got a nice dong, I'm like, okay, it's better. Now, if a guy comes in and then he starts banging the girl with the dong, and the girl with the dong is banging the girl, I can't watch that. Or I focus on the girl. I put all my focus on the one girl and I block the other one out like this. I ain't seeing that. You know? Hell no, I ain't watching Futanari, bro. No, what the fuck? I don't look at hentai. I can't watch hentai, bro. I can't watch hentai because it's a bunch of rapey things, bro. It's very rapey, bro. Hentai is very rapey. And then the girl always goes, I love it. Oh, yeah. They turn into a fiend. And I'm like, okay, bro. What is that? What is that, bro? What is that? Like at the beginning, you weren't enjoying it, but now you are? Hell no, bro. Now I feel like I'm a rapist adjacent because I watched it. Nah, I ain't watching that. Nah, I ain't watching that. And then also, when the guy in the hentai's got a big dong, that ain't true, bro. He's Japanese. Stop lying to me. So yeah, no, I can't. If he's got a big dong but he's Japanese, I'm like, okay, bro, you're trolling. Why are you lying to me? So yeah, I don't watch Japanese porn. He Asian looking Mexican maybe? Now, what are the dimensions of the piece? Bro, it's just I gotta be able to relate, dude. That's the thing. I gotta be able to relate, you know? And if I can't relate, it's just... And listen, bro, I'm smooth with the girls. I cannot relate with the casting couch guy because he's so weird. He's like, yeah, so I gotta take a few pictures. actually a video. Bro, you're never gonna convince a girl like that. That ain't realistic. That ain't realistic. Like, dude, look, I'd rather take the realistic stuff or the very clearly bad acting. I can't take the attempt at acting properly, you know? Like, terrible acting is funny, right? And you're watching the porno and this guy's like, he's like in a submarine and he's gonna like relieve a girl of her duties, right? And he's like the cook and he's like karate chopping everyone, right? And he's like oh, and then he bangs her because he liberated her. I can watch that. I'm okay with that because it's very clearly not a real thing, right? But when the guy's like sitting down and he's like, yeah, can I take some pictures of you? Can I do this? Can I do that? Oh, we can. Oh yeah, so like these directors, they need a video and it would actually help a lot if, yeah, do you like that? Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I can't, bro. You're terrible, bro. I type Mexican dick girl. What the fuck? Mexican dick girl with white girl. Serena Valentin. Bro, what the fuck? You need Jesus. Israel, you need Jesus, bro. You've got issues. I don't have issues. I'm a normal person. You have issues. I am not Googling. How about you start Googling Alexis Tay, alright? Adriana Chechik, okay? Now, those are acceptables, alright? Phoenix Marie, okay? Gina Valentina, huh? How about you start Googling them, huh? Sasha Grey, yeah, get with the plan, bro. What is this? Adriana's too much for you. Sometimes she goes manic on the scenes. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Bro, I watched the scene by her, okay, where she goes, fuck me harder, I'm Adriana fucking Chechik. And I'm like, holy shit. And she's getting fucking da. And she's like, harder. Do you not know who I am? Yeah, dude. And she's getting banged by 3 dudes. Bro, she's shit talking 3 dudes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. She's shit talking all 3 of them, bro. And they're like, you guys don't know who I am, huh? And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, bro, she needs a 4th. I can volunteer, bro. I can help her out. W Adriana, bro. Nah, you're gonna love Adriana, bro. Ooh, another one, Abella Danger. Anyways, let's go back to the video, bro.
It's down to the reason
we went on a slight. Now be right back, my ass. You're staying here, bro.
Sacramento Police Department gave us a heads up that they're investigating what they believe to be a homicide.
No, don't be right back me, bro.
Some sort of suspicious death, okay? So they asked our help to kind of facilitate this whole thing. Okay.
The detectives then thank Adriana for coming down to
bro,
speak with
it's
them
very
and express their appreciation.
It looks a lot like the casting couch thing.
Under the
girl doesn't want
this
to.
Makes the suspect more
the guy's a white guy who's awkward.
Cooperative.
There's a big couch.
Of course, her level of cooperation will be subject to change as the detectives begin to press
what
her
just
for
happened?
More information.
What just happened is her child got killed, I think.
Was your recent travels to Sacramento. Okay. So, just in your own words, can you just kind of explain what that's about?
Well, we went down there, honestly, to get
some dick?
Get something that I'm ashamed
dick.
to talk about.
She went to get some dick.
Okay? Not our job.
Yeah.
Adriana explains that she and Tyler went to Sacramento and purchased cocaine.
Oh.
She's conveniently failing to disclose the most significant reason for their travels. The detectives are aware of this, but they play along and attempt to make Adriana comfortable by behaving very casually.
That's
and
okay.
Stating they're not judging her for her admission.
Yeah, bro, the cops are gonna say, bro, I don't judge you. I did the same thing last week. Me and him, we're coke fiends.
I don't remember the exact day, but...
Of course you don't, but you had a lot of fun, huh?
Yesterday.
Okay. What did you guys go down there?
When?
What did you guys take down there?
Yeah. SUV. SUV with a spot in the back for a dead child, maybe?
Just a dresser?
Yeah, you
We was
see?
just a dresser.
Okay.
They continue on the subject of the dresser.
Yeah,
and
bro,
Adriana
like
has
that faces
confirmed
are
that their
blurred out
children
and the
go
girl's
on
on the
trip
couch.
as well. Make a note of this.
I've seen this
as it will
video.
be important later.
Where do you guys end up taking the dresser to?
Bro, I really don't like those
friends.
videos. They're really bad. I really don't like them.
His friend's storage or something like that.
Casting
Do you know what
couch.
that was?
No.
Terrible.
Dunwoody
Terrible,
City.
bro. Terrible.
I don't know
What
exactly.
city was it in?
Sacramento.
Everybody loved them. Like eight years ago, everybody was like, "Oh, the casting couch." Oh, and I was like, "Bruh, you guys don't know about brothers? Like, what's going on?
You know, I don't really.
What's going on here?
No.
You guys don't know about Evil Angel? What's going on here, bro? Casting
Adriana may be
couch.
trying to distance
X
herself from
videos,
Tyler,
bunch of
possibly because
porries,
she's planning to blame him
brokies.
for everything.
Bro, when I was a brokey, I broke into fucking Brazzers accounts. Yeah, that was me. Admittance of guilt. What are you gonna do to me, Brazzers, huh? What are you gonna do to me, bitch? Huh? Yeah. And now I just watch them illegally.
The defense being that she didn't know anything about what he did.
I'm lying, bro. I'm lying. Never watched Brazzers ever.
Coke. CBH.
Adriana may be trying to appear like she's
About
being
coke
truthful
and
and cooperative by revealing her illegal drug habits. However,
No meth?
her laughter before responding could be an indication that she's
Hey.
intentionally trying to show
Hey.
her indifference. She's
Hey, Adriana, you got any meth? You got any meth left?
confident that revealing her drug use won't get her in more trouble, despite
Fucking
revealing
cops,
this
bro.
information to the two detectives sitting in front of her.
Why am I being attacked?
That's ours.
Mexicans.
Oh!
They're a little older.
A little older than Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay. And how'd that go? You're meeting him. Seems like a good guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you guys, is it his storage unit that you guys are putting it in, or is it somebody else's, or?
Yeah, I think it was his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, did she just fed on my boy Joe and said he sold him the coke? My boy Joe, who's getting sober? Bro, fuck you. Not only did she kill her child, and not only did her husband kill the child too, and then called his mom and said, "Hey, mom, it is what it is," but now they're feds. But these are the worst people I've ever met. Worst people.
Adriana
They're not
then
even,
confirms
they're not
that
just
the reason
murderers.
for storing
Murderers,
guns in Sacramento
feds,
is
and I
because
hate their
Tyler's
mother.
plan is to return there, where his family resides.
That's
after
the
their impending
trifecta.
Separation.
Trifecta for help.
Which kids went down with you?
It was me and my boys.
Okay. All right. Is it Tyson?
Yes.
Okay. Where was it or not?
I don't know.
Callie is mentioned
What?
here for the first time, while Adriana claims not to know where the little girl is. The
How do you
disturbing
know?
truth about what exactly
How do you not
happened
know
will
where
be
your
brought
daughter
to
is?
light before this very
How
interrogation
how
comes to
how
an
do you
end.
not know where your daughter is?
Do you know who Guy's biological mother is?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, she's not the
Do you know
mother.
her name?
Yeah, I do. You want me to say it out loud?
I would like to know. What's her name?
Leonie.
Leonie?
Yes.
How long has Tyler had custody?
Bro, I don't have a girlfriend, and these fucking murders who kill children have two bitches.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's about to be sick.
L women, L women, L society.
TBH.
Okay.
She's all right.
And she's a fucking retard who says TBH. TBH? Put her in jail for being a dumb fuck. TBH.
Okay, that's the kind of person she is.
I hate her now.
She's all around.
Drama.
Yeah, always drama.
Adriana definitely makes no attempt to hide her.
Hey, Dunkel, buddy, be careful, okay? This is where drama takes you, okay? You start the drama with other streamers, and then you end up killing people because drama, always drama. You see, bro? Do you see where drama leads? Do you see where drama leads? And my mom tells me, hey, bro, they love it when you cover drama. And I say, Mom, but drama, like, it darkens the soul. It darkens the soul. It darkens the spirit. And my mom says, yeah, but you get more money. And I'm like, yes, Mom, but it's like selling my soul. I would become her. I would become her drama. Drama. Is that why you killed the kid, huh? Drama?
Callie's biological mother. Tyler is more forthcoming with regards to Leonie and how their daughter Callie came to be. It's
Yeah, it
July
wasn't
5th,
so much that they
2019,
fucking
more than
killed a little
13 months
girl.
after
It
his
was the
arrest
TBH
and
that got me.
Averyana's account.
I was with Leonie in Sacramento, staying with Brett when she got pregnant.
Okay,
Just a
so
couple
he
months
was banging
later,
two bitches.
Averyana came along and Leonie had already left the picture.
Bro.
I met Averyana in February 20.
Bro, I've got a bad beard, but what the fuck is that? Oh my god, bro. Why did he think he looked good like that? Look, I don't think I look good like this. I want to get a fucking cut, but I can't find my tool, bro, with which I cut this shit. But he thinks he looks good.
12.
And so does she! She deserves jail.
Found out that he was born in September. Told Averyana about it. She got upset, right? We got into this big fight. So I started using cocaine. And then
At this point,
Very
Tyler
smart, bro.
violated
He
his
was
probation that had resulted
using
from past substance abuse.
I went to the treatment program, New Foundations. So,
My beard, bro, no idea. I look way better when it's short. I look hot. When it's long, I look homeless. Same with my short hair, bro. I look hot. Because you can only see my eyebrows, right? My eyebrows pop out.
You know, she wants.
I look good. But then I can't find the tool, bro. I don't know what it is.
They never had a relationship. So she was upset, and you know,
Here somewhere.
So if y'all come back.
This type of threat
You
is
know
a form
what, bro?
of
I might as well grab this and start going.
red flag for an unhealthy relationship.
You know?
Tyler tells
But
the
this
detective
way,
about
not
another
this
occasion
way,
where he
okay?
spent time with
Now the
Callie
knife,
when he
no
was
edge
granted a
here. It's only
furlough
got
for
edge
Christmas
here.
of 2012.
So Twitch, don't
This
ban me,
time,
bro. It's
Averyana
actually a
was
fake knife.
livid.
It's a fake
Upon
knife,
his
Twitch.
release
It's a
in
fake
March of
knife. Look.
2013, he moved into her apartment. Shortly thereafter, while Tyler was visiting Callie and his mother, Averyana attempted to take her life and landed herself in the hospital, according to Tyler. Averyana's jealousy toward Callie was a huge red flag that should have warned Tyler away early in the relationship. Yet he stayed with her.
She
in the
killed
fall of 2013,
the kid?
while Tyler was in the process of seeking full custody of Callie,
She killed the kid?
She went to live with her father and Averyana. At that time, she was just 13 months old, and they agree things were good in the beginning. In hindsight, however, this short span represented the calm before the storm that was quickly
Bro, no
approaching.
way the woman killed the kid.
So I go to work and I leave with Averyana. I would come home and they would be playing, you know, she would teach her how to read, she's teaching her how to walk, you know, she's showing her how to cook, vacuuming, right? That's a little vacuum, she's pushing it Averyana.
Bro, she was teaching her to be a good woman. What the fuck?
Averyana's showing a lot of love.
What the fuck?
They had a good relationship,
What the
you know,
fuck?
in the beginning.
We got her, and she was just a baby, and I just remember looking at her, and I'm like,
Oh, bro, he actually looks happy.
And I remember when
Who killed her?
we got her, I cried, I was holding her, and I cried, because I was just like, she was just a baby, you know, and I just love babies. But then she just looked like her dad, you know, and I looked at him and felt like I'm gonna love you, you know, and I'm gonna take care of you.
Okay, boys, we got a poll going on in the thing. I don't know who made it, but it's out. Vote. Vote. I think it was a tag team match, bro.
Averyana presented an idea to Tyler sometime in
I've
early
got issues.
2014.
I've got issues.
You know, I think that
I'm voting tag team.
so that we can solidify your chances.
Vote, pussies, vote.
Naturally, she disguised the real motive behind her proposition. According to Tyler, he believed that Avriana felt as if she was a mother to Callie and wanted to ensure she'd remain in their lives. It would turn out that this could not be further from the truth. In addition to wanting to get married, Avriana also wanted to have a child with Tyler. His mother had warned
No,
Avriana
it's
not to go play in the house with her son. However, it seemed this was precisely her plan. A baby would further bind them together, and the already volatile
the fucking
situation
tag team
would
option,
continue
bro.
its trajectory toward inevitable disaster. Despite any trepidation Tyler may have felt, he went along with
Bro, I'm a
Avriana's
demon, bro.
plans.
The medication that she was taking.
I made the I made the pull, bro. It was me.
So she stopped taking that.
It was me.
Before we got married in 2014. So in January, she got pregnant.
It's unknown if Avriana gradually stopped the medication she was
I can't.
allegedly taking under a doctor's orders. It's important to note that it can be dangerous to suddenly stop taking medications prescribed to treat mental health disorders, and it can cause a sharp increase in symptoms.
Bro,
the first
tag
son
team,
shared by
come on,
Avriana
dog.
and Tyler was born on Halloween of 2014. It was
Yo,
no
only 4
coincidence that
voters.
soon after, Tyler would arrive home from work to find Tyler exhibiting noticeable injuries.
Hey, that's 10%. That's not bad.
She bumped her head because she was playing, you know.
Oh, she hit her. She hit her.
She fell, you know, or
Tag team match. Tag team match won by 7.
Though Avriana's story was a bit different, the ugly truth was beginning to show itself.
I was raised on discipline, so if you talk back, I'm gonna pop you in your mouth and tell you don't talk back.
Discipline, however, should never leave a
no, it
bruise
was
on
not
a
a tag
child.
team match.
Research shows that physical punishment, such as spanking or hitting, has been linked to the child displaying increased negative behaviors,
Yeah, it's also
including aggression.
Yeah, it's also linked with the child fucking dying. Like, look, I'm an advocate for hitting the gym, not your kids. I escaped that one. I almost trapped myself in a prison. Did you see that? Did you see that right there? I actually didn't know what I was gonna say after hitting. Ooh, bro, I'm good. I placed myself in a hard position and I climbed out of it.
Confrontational and defensive. She's showing clear signs of discomfort. She's rubbing her arms, which is a self-soothing movement used by individuals who are beginning to experience increased anxiety.
Bro, she killed the
Tyler
fucking
places
kid.
blame for the abuse on Avriana as the primary caregiver. However, as her parent, he is legally and morally obligated to protect his child and remove her from an abusive environment. Tyler wasn't the only one who took note of Callie's injuries. His Aunt Maylene eventually contacted CPS. She claimed to have observed firsthand the physical abuse and neglect imposed on the little girl who was only 3 years old at the time. This particular chain of events started in April of 2015, when Tyler returned home from a day of attending college classes to find something quite unnerving.
Left hand, it was
Red.
It was Saran wrap. It had olive oil and Vaseline on it.
She burned it?
It was a terrible sight. Callie's tiny hand had been badly burned. When Tyler allegedly inquired as to how the injury had occurred, Avriana claimed that the water was too hot that morning when she washed Callie's hands. The explanation was completely implausible. It wasn't an honest mistake,
Bro,
but
you
rather
kidding me?
an intentional, cruel act.
Avriana tells me, because her and my family are at odds, right? Always. They're on and off, on and off. So she tells me that I have to tell my
Bro,
family
she's
that
evil.
it was my fault, you know, that I
She's
was
evil.
the reason. Because if I
She's
don't,
evil.
then they already think that she's mean to so they're gonna think that she's abusing her, right?
Oh my
They're too
God,
nice,
bro.
they're too soft to their kids, they're too weak, right? Things like that. So,
And he hid his kid's body
get together, maybe it was
because
4th of
his
July,
fucking side chick killed her.
you know, my aunt
What a retard, bro. What a
her
retard.
hand injury, and that's when I said I was mopping.
Bro, when I burn my hand, bro, I'm like, Imagine a 3-year-old child, dude. Oh no, come on. I remember when I was a small kid, I remember my dad was like, hey, don't touch that, it's hot. And I'm like, and he's like, don't touch it, it's hot. You're gonna burn yourself. And he's like, you know what? Touch it, and you won't touch it again. And then I touched the grill. Bro, I remember the blister that got on my hand. I remember the crying. I remember the not being able to fall asleep because of the fucking blister. And you know what, bro? I never touched another hot thing on purpose again. I learned my fucking lesson. I learned my lesson. Now, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is I'm pretty sure Kali learned the lesson. Okay. I shouldn't be joking like that. Bad joke. My bad. My bad.
Not surprisingly, Tyler's Aunt Maylene didn't buy his story. Not at all. A few months later, at another family gathering that occurred
Don't burn
on
your
October
children,
10th,
bro. It's not good.
Maylene, along with other relatives, were stunned when they observed that Callie
Don't do
appeared
that.
to have lost a significant amount of weight since the previous time they'd encountered her in July. According to Maylene,
Bro, burning somebody
Callie
is
was
just...
seen devouring food, even eating off plates that belonged to others. That was when Maylene contacted CPS. In mid-October of 2015, CPS met with Tyler.
I don't know how I am here. Probably I don't know about the action.
Asked Tyler to accept blame for Callie's hand injury yet again.
Ari, come on, you're one of us. I see you in here all the time. FBI, this is actually the clan leader. Ari's the clan leader.
The fact that Avriana manipulated Tyler into taking responsibility for his daughter's
in case of an investigation by any federal or entity similar federal entity or similar, I did not have any involvement with this group or the people in it. I did not know how I am here. Probably added by a third party. I did not support any actions by the member of this group. This is what they're posting in my chat, bro, after making my jokes.
And if true, how he potentially favored his wife over the well-being of his own child.
Retard.
In addition to the concerns
Don't
about
fuck.
potential abuse, Tyler's family also worried that Callie wasn't being fed.
Oh, I thought... Bro, I thought it said Callie wasn't being a fed, and I'm like, yeah, good. Don't be a fed.
That she wasn't eating enough or something like that, and I think that's another reason why they called.
Oh, she wasn't eating or something like that, you dumb cunt.
I guess because she was thin.
Oh,
But
bro,
thin
come on.
was an extreme understatement.
What was the end result of them checking on you, checking on?
Everything was fine. They closed
Oh,
the case. They closed the case because
Lil Wayne,
wasn't
come
being
on.
abused. You guys can't judge.
Bro, she looks so much like Lil Wayne when she's in the back and it's kind of pixelated.
You know, just because I'm depressed doesn't mean I'm abusing
She
my daughter.
really does.
Discipline, and that's what I told the CPS people.
Okay.
They talked to her, looked at her, checked her. Of course,
It's the
everything was
fucking
fine.
things, bro.
I'm just disciplining her. I'm just little pops, okay?
Okay, how about
it seem like I'm punching her.
How about I fucking discipline you? Ah, would you like that? No, I would think you'd like it. Yeah, if I disciplined you.
No, not you guys. The family. You know, they were making it seem like, oh, I was abusing her. Oh, she's depressed. Oh, we need to send CPS over there. You know.
Bro.
So that's how that went.
It's typical drama.
Yeah.
Typical drama. She said, yeah. Bro, she needs a disciplining too. From the lesbians in the jail.
So they thought everything was normal.
Actually, the report described the findings to be inconclusive. It also stated that the concern was that Tyler and Avriana were using excessive or inappropriate methods of discipline. The report hit the nail on the head, yet CPS dealings with the Andersons were discontinued. Things were building towards a horrific end.
Little tops,
that
bro.
followed. Still, Tyler gives more
Okay,
insight into the terrible things that were going on behind the closed doors of that apartment. Of course, he refused to put any blame on his own actions. There was the time
Give the
that
gods a night
Avriana
off.
allegedly flew off the handle for no apparent reason
I
and
mean,
kicked
bro.
him and Callie out of the home late one night. According to Tyler,
Not feeding
this
the
was a common
child,
occurrence.
hitting her, burning her, bro. This kid's being tortured. You know? I like Bass Rutan, shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm speaking. Yo, Tyler One, shut the fuck up, bitch. The real stream is speaking. You dumb cunt. Bald ass motherfucker. Bald ass motherfucker. Fuck you on your Michaela. Anyways. I actually like Michaela and Tyler. I'm just pressing him because he loves that Tyler. Anyways. I don't believe in eye for an eye, bro. I believe in 2 eyes for an eye, just like Bas Rutten. Based!
Of course, it must be noted that Tyler was well aware of this type of
So you
name
know what?
calling.
2 nights off.
Text messages within the lead detective's narrative confirms
Well,
this.
whoop her little butt.
He continues with details of physical abuse Callie would encounter
What?
at the hands of Avriana.
Bro, who are you whooping? Wait, what? Avriana sends a message that Dummy is back in the corner. Suck my dick, huh? Caught her dumbass playing. Well, whoop her little butt. 10-4. Corner pocket until then. Bro, she's a fucking kid. The only thing she's supposed to do is play. What the fuck? Oh, you a dumbass bitch is what you are. Bro, why is she like acting like this kid is like a 20-something-year-old? You know, they're like, oh, I caught that bitch playing. Go fuck yourself, bro. That's a 3-year-old kid.
Abuse Callie would encounter at the hands of Avriana.
She would use belts. She would use wooden spoons.
And you wouldn't use the fucking door being locked in front of her fucking face, and you wouldn't use your fucking boot to kick her the fuck out of your home, you dumb fuck. I'm glad you're in prison, bro. You got your daughter killed, you fucking weak man. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Just kick her out. Bro, I'm sorry. You're hitting my kid. I'm hitting you. Yeah, I'm saying it, bro. I'm saying it, bro. If you hit my kid, I hit you with a 10 times the fucking force that you hit my kid with. And I don't give a fuck if you're a man, woman, or child, bro. You hit my kid, I'm kicking you into the fucking dirt. Even if you're a fucking 3-year-old kid. Okay, maybe if you're a 3-year-old kid, I won't hurt you, bro. You know what I mean? But accidents happen, bro. But listen. I don't care, dude. If you're a woman, if you're a teenager, if you're like, bro, you hit a kid. Oh, I will make you regret it. You hit my kid. That's the last thing you ever do on this earth. Alright? Because you're visiting the Great One. That's who you're visiting. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? Bro. She hit her with the spoon, and then this guy's like, yeah, she would like hit her. Bro, unironically, I'd grab a fucking whip. I'd tie you to the fucking post. And hey, remember, you know what year it is, Tyler? You know what year it is? It's the year of the Egyptians, bro, and the Jewish people. And you know what? I'm Egyptian now.
Say that she's, you know, she pushed her brother, she punched her brother, she hit her brother. I told her that you can't use objects because you don't know how hard you're hitting them. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, you're not supposed to be your kid's friend. I mean, you can be your kid's friend, but you're supposed to be their parent first. Sure.
She had the belt, and then I get in front of her, and I'm holding her around the back. You know, she's trying to climb over me to get the kid.
Oh my God.
She's telling me, you know, you always save her. You know, you can't always save her.
As time went on, the cruel acts Avriana inflicted upon Callie continued to increase in severity. Tyler tells of one particular...
Bro, I'm grabbing my chair and I'm hitting her over the head with it. Are you kidding me? You always save her. Yeah, she's my fucking daughter, you dumb fuck. Of course I'm always saving her. She's my fucking daughter. Bro, I'll climb into the top of the cage and I'll drop you out of the cage just like The Undertaker did to Mankind in 1997. That's what I'm gonna do with you, bro, if you touch my fucking daughter. The fuck wrong with you? Get the fuck out of my house, bitch!
For evening.
Listen, you either get the fuck out of my house or you're leaving in the way that Avery, the kid. Yes, that's how she's leaving, bro.
When he arrived home from work and encountered what can only be described as a terribly distressing sight.
Fuck you.
And yet the question why is still left unanswered for now.
I go to the bathroom, right? And she's in there.
Ari, I can't see the... You can't post any links.
Maverick's cage.
Note that Maverick is the alleged family dog that Tyler claimed.
Bro, you put my dog in a cage, I put you in a cage. And I will kick the fucking shit out of the cage. I'm not even kidding. You try to put my kid in a cage, bro, I will place you in that same exact cage. I don't give a fuck. If you don't fit, I'll make you fit. I will make you fucking fit. How dare you? And I will feed you fucking dog food. In fact, I'll take a shit and I'll make you eat it.
Claimed Avriana wanted, then left his care solely up to Tyler.
Are you kidding me?
He was kept in a kennel in the main bathroom at the Anderson apartment.
Okay, but...
Apparently, this was the alternative to imposing other physical abuse on Callie.
Bro, she was fucking... handcuffed to it? A kid!
Since Tyler had allegedly told Avriana not to use her hands or objects as punishment toward Callie.
You know, and the first thing I do is get...
And this guy didn't break up with her. This guy didn't fucking kick her out to the curb.
She's not crying. She's not crying and she's not...
Oh, she's not hurt. How about I tie you? How about I tie you to a fucking cage and I say, well, he's not crying. Yeah, he's not crying. Because if you start crying, I'm gonna beat you up. And so you're not gonna be crying. So she's not hurt. Well, you know what? This Tyler kid, he's not hurt. Yeah, he's tied to my fucking thing. Yeah, I kick him every so often. He's not hurt. He's not crying. Look at him. You're okay, right? That's what they should do to these two in fucking prison.
Where's your brother?
Tyler appears to be hiding his
She
eyes,
pushed her
which
brother.
could be an indication of deception. Or it may be that he doesn't want to see the detective's reaction to what he is divulging. His claims concerning Avriana's behavior suggest she is unstable and impulsive. This may indicate the presence of a personality disorder, as this extreme behavior suggests that Avriana lacks empathy and remorse
she's a
and
dumb
has a
cunt.
poor
That's a
moral
disorder.
conscience.
Dumb cunt.
Ultimately, we see that the abusive
Dr.
behavior
MDB
continues to head in a
gives her the
tragic
fucking
direction.
you know?
The detectives
Yeah, being
return
a
to a
dumb
troubling issue, which they glossed over previously. Callie's unknown whereabouts.
Is that normal for her to be gone?
Bro,
This long time? Is it
I mean, I sort of, because she would stay with his mom, you know, and stuff like that.
Contrary to Avriana's claim, it's known that Callie never stays with Tyler's family. Things are beginning to become problematic for Avriana.
Good.
They shift to Tyler and his involvement, or lack thereof,
Look, she's
in
in
the
fetal
household,
position
as
like
he
a
has been
beta
working
bitch, like
two
a baby.
jobs.
Look, she's afraid. She's trying to protect herself, but she can't protect herself from the fucking truth.
The fact that Tyler is away from the home
Look
for
at her,
so many
look at her.
hours of the day
She's literally
casts
trying to
doubt on
hide.
Avriana's claims that
She's
he
trying
was
to
the
she's trying to hide in the fucking couch, bro. Look at
primary
this.
caretaker of his daughter. Things just aren't adding up.
When did you actually last talk to Tyler? Today.
Well, then,
So it was 1.
Avriana called Tyler around 1 earlier that afternoon. She'd just woken up.
You want to know how that's an actor photo? Do you want to know how you know that that's clearly acting? Why the fuck would you have this shit on if it's not on your fucking eyes? Okay? You dumb cunt. So you're not even a good actor. The smile and the fact that this shit ain't over your eyes, bro, tells me you posed for this shit. You posed for this shit, and you know what? I don't trust posers or actors, so go fuck yourself.
It just so
I don't
happens that
trust
she
her
was
at all.
sleeping off her most recent round of
Sleeping off.
cocaine.
Go fuck yourself.
Did you ask him where he was at that time?
no,
No.
no.
Just didn't care? Or?
She didn't care. She didn't
I mean,
care.
I was actually TBH, so it's
TBH. Well, TBH, you're going to jail, TBH. There's a bunch of big lesbians, TBH.
Come back home?
You know? They're gonna treat you like a dumb bitch, TBH. Because you kind of killed the kid, TBH.
You see where he was going to get her from?
Just, you know, and TBH probably not
But
going to get
detectives
out of
know
that
that was
until like
definitely not
40
the
years
case,
in advance,
as they seem to have
TBH.
hit a wall.
And
they
you're
light
also
a
not
little
going to get your
fire under
meds in
Avriana.
jail, TBH, because we don't really give a fuck about you. So you're probably going to die in prison, TBH. Hey,
Your
it is what
daughter,
it is.
She wasn't at somebody
TBH.
else's house. She was at your apartment this entire last week and this entire time since you guys have moved here. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's living with you guys.
TBH. We found her
But
remains.
she doesn't seem
TBH.
phased. Despite their questions, the detectives
found
already know
her
the child
fucking
is
arm.
deceased.
We
What
found
they
her.
don't yet know, however, is what
TBH.
caused her death and to what extent Avriana was involved. They also need to determine the disturbing motive behind the death. They quickly touch on another important element of the case they are methodically building.
Has she been sick at all recently?
They want to know.
No, not that I know of.
They want to know. They wouldn't know that
They
because
got
she
a
weighs
doctor's office,
nothing.
you
She
looked at
weighs
brain thing?
No.
16 pounds,
Has she at
which
all
is
recently?
half of what
No.
a 5-year-old weighs.
But she's 5 years old though.
Yeah.
When's the last time she went to any kind of a physical or any kind of doctor?
When she was a baby.
When we lived in Woodland.
Of course, Avriana has another excuse as to why everything has deteriorated. She adds an interesting detail to her account of recent events.
I've been absent lately.
You've been absent? How do you say that? What do you mean by saying that?
Mentally. Like, my mind just hasn't been there.
Okay.
You know, like...
Maybe it's because you do so many drugs, TBH.
What's going on in your mind?
Just been going through a lot of
Fucking
stuff.
dumb fuck,
I
TBH.
feel like I don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah, she weighed more at 2 than 5.
We're here to listen to you right
Maybe
now.
you could have talked to the little angel that was 5 years old, bro. They talk back. And they're actually quite
It's
interesting.
possible that
Maybe you
Avriana's
could have talked to
admission is
her
her
if you
way
didn't
of
fucking
trying to
treat her like
deflect
a fucking
responsibility
slave,
or
TBH.
explain her neglect of their sons in Cali. The detective leans in toward Avriana now and has
he's
his
pressing
elbows
her.
on
He's
his
pressing her.
knees.
He's
This
saying,
is
okay,
done to
look.
show that he is engaged, and he
Look.
wants to try to get her to mirror this open demeanor. Often suspects will assume this position when they confess. Avriana fails to confess,
We
but
know
she
what
does explain more about
know she's
cocaine's
dead.
recent
What
role
happened
in
to
their
her?
lives.
My relationship has been
Oh, you're gonna cry about it?
That's what we used to do back in the day,
I'm
you know.
an addict.
With each other, we used to do that.
Nobody
And
asked
I
and
felt
nobody
connected to
cares,
him.
to be honest. Nobody
So when I
cares
think
about
we
your
feel
life,
connected to my
TBH.
husband,
Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody asked.
that we have been.
Nobody asked. Nobody cares.
What usually happens after you guys do that kind of stuff?
We talk.
I'm an addict.
We
Cry
talk.
about it,
And
bitch.
everyone's on crazy, but we talk.
What do y'all talk
Cry
about?
me a river.
She makes a powerful statement when she reveals the dire condition of their relationship. The drug
Best
use, which she
dad
alleges has
ever.
very recently become a regular habit, just adds more fuel to the already raging fire. However, this is a common theme in relationships between addicts. When they aren't using, they have nothing that connects them. Tyler's version is different. There's much more to these supposed drug-induced chats than bonding.
And she just said she's done terrible things that she can't apologize for, you know.
Oh my god. What the fuck is this, bro?
Caben en el pista, te meto y te tiro en el autopista. ¿Y quién va a frontear? Dime mi alma. Llegamos en 30 y wow, con nosotros no hay enmienda. ¿Y quién va a frontear? Dime mi alma. Y puta desde la cuna no hagan que el palo le prenda. ¿Y quién va a frontear? Dime mi alma. Rain, Robert, Lideo, vuelta los tecos en las tiendas. ¿Y quién va a frontear? Dime mi alma.
Hold on, boys. Cocaine moments. Cocaine moments.
Siempre en alta estamos en high como Biggie, ready to die. Yo no confío porque pa' mí a Tupac le entregó sus Nike. Cogí las tenis, el poste como el de la Imai. Ahora viajo por el tiempo en el DeLorean como Marty McFly. Están ochando de safari. El rifle rojo y amarillo como los Ferrari. I am bad boy.
Alright, enough cocaine.
These aren't the only times Avriana confesses her deepest, darkest, most horrifying secrets. In fact, she also makes a shockingly damning statement to the police.
All my kids are small.
Yeah.
I mean, all our kids are small. And even her, she's not fat. But you see my 4-year-old, he's not. I have small kids. Small kids. But I think it's Tyler's genes. But well, you see us. We're both short, so I don't know. But yeah, she ate.
She ate.
She's been eating normally.
I'd say. I'd say.
After such a slip of the tongue, it's clear that Avriana knows much more than she's letting on. Just how much does she know? That's the million-dollar question. But detectives are determined to get to the heart of it.
Yeah,
They soon sense that it's time to try a different tactic. This one is sure to throw Avriana off.
She would have said she ate.
I'm gonna no bullshit here, okay? We're talking to Tyler. All right, and we're getting a different version than from what you're saying. And if we're gonna go with what he's saying and just his side of the story,
that's not fair to you.
That's not fair to you.
When the detective attempts to play Avriana against Tyler, he's using a self-serving tactic intended to motivate Avriana to tell her side of the story. As Avriana and Tyler are the only living individuals who know the truth behind Callie's death, Avriana has to wonder if Tyler is really talking.
I'm a bad mom.
We're trying to look at you and find out what's her side, because there's always two sides to the story.
I can't tell
the question she poses to the detective in response to his claim clearly shows her apprehension, and her reaction definitely is not lost on the detectives.
I can't tell what he's
The detective doesn't answer Avriana's question, but changes the subject and inquires as to how long she's been absent. They suspect there's a direct correlation between her supposed disconnection and Callie's death.
You've been disconnected for the past how many, what would you say, weeks, months?
Days.
Probably longer.
Okay. Well, I see you counting with your fingers.
Yeah,
so there's something significant that occurred, or something significant, or something where you're gauging it with your fingers, like, okay, since this time, it's been this many months. So what is that? How many months?
I mean, really, probably after I had my son.
Okay.
Oh, the postpartum.
Avriana and Tyler's second son was born the previous October, 6 months earlier. It seems those last several months were quite a whirlwind. A new baby in addition to 2 other small children to care for.
And a cocaine addiction.
All the while, balancing a dark secret.
Yeah.
Detectives are starting to make some headway. Avriana's story has suddenly changed. Now she claims that over the past few months, Callie has been complaining of stomach pain and was vomiting roughly twice a month. Of course, she wasn't taken to a doctor for any type of evaluation.
Dang, I like the home remedies.
What kind of home remedies would you try?
Home remedies.
I don't know what was on there.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so what did you try from the internet?
What did you try?
As far as her throwing up, watching what she ate.
No, that's not a home remedy. No, a home remedy would be like chamomile tea.
Just a few weeks before police were dispatched to Joe's storage unit and gives his account of Callie's recent health issues.
You know, she looked up a lot of stuff online.
Giving her a special blend, for example. That's a home remedy.
I take care of my family. I'm a stay-at-home mom, that's what I do. I can figure it out.
Not feeding her after a certain moment of...
How are you disconnecting yourself? How do you disconnect yourself from...
I just let...
Why does a female get questioned on a comfortable couch and a man get questioned in a corner 4x4 room in a steel chair? Well, because they want to make they want to give her what do you call it? They're making her comfortable, okay? And since she's a dumb hoe, right? They give her the casting couch, which is something that she's used to. So they give her the casting couch thing. That's why. That's basically why.
Everybody else did with her. I'm just like, okay. Like, I just feel tired.
Mm-hmm. But you being disconnected, do you think that's part of her health? Not doing so good?
No, honestly, listen, honestly, this is the weirdest interrogation room I've seen. Most interrogation rooms are not like that, bro. Most interrogation rooms look like my fucking room. There's nothing in there. There's just a fucking, some walls and a chair and maybe a table. Sometimes there's no table. Sometimes there's a table and just chairs. I've never seen a room that has a couch, the tapestry, bro, the tapestry, tissues, a painting. I've never seen this. I don't know if they were remodeling or they were doing something, but this is not a standard like interrogation room. This is not a standard interrogation room at all, bro. Like the rug, I've never seen a rug. I've never seen like a tiny table like this. The picture, The couch.
Being the reason
This
for
is
her
weird.
health. I guess so.
The
That's not- it's not
detectives are
normal.
now establishing and getting on record Avriana's
I don't
knowledge
know
that
why-
Callie had potentially developed an illness recently, and Avriana did nothing to help her. And obviously, there was no home remedy that could save Callie.
Yeah.
The detectives apply more pressure as they confront Avriana. They've grown tired of going around in circles
They're
with
gonna
her.
tired of a bullshit, is what they're
So
doing.
an important question too, like we've asked, and we'll ask. You know, I'm gonna ask. We're gonna ask you, where is your daughter?
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Bro, that's not a fucking... That's not a
earlier.
mother answer. Bro, that's not a mother answer. Bro, you ask my mum where I am. Or if my mum doesn't know where I am, you know what she does, bro? I'm 28. You know what my mum does? She'll call my fucking brother who lives in another fucking country. Hey, have you seen your brother? Hey, have you seen your brother? Has your brother talked to you? No? Okay. She'll talk to my fucking roommate. She'll call my grandma. She'll call my other grandma. She'll call my uncle, my other uncle. She'll call my friends. She'll find out where the fuck I am if I don't answer the call, bro. Right? Okay, I shouldn't have my hand up like this. Bro, my mum will find out exactly where I am. And I'm 28. If I was 5 years old, there is not a single moment in life, there is not a single moment in my life where my mum will give you that answer. My mum will never say, I don't know. That's not an answer that's in her mind. Like, at all. Bro, at all. And honestly, I don't think that's ever, like, an answer that a mum can give. A mum will never, bro, never give you that answer.
Tyler took her to his people. Okay. We know that's not the case. Okay.
The couch is even in the wrong place.
We know.
No, I'm saying, like, what are you saying?
What we're saying is that we know that you and Tyler both took her over to California. So that's why I'm
Yeah, I
asking.
don't know what this
You
room
come
is.
back here without your daughter?
Very weird room.
Why don't you come back with your daughter? You come back with, but you don't come back with her. Why?
Oh, he's present because she's dead, because we killed her,
We see the detectives utilize a step of the Reed
Look
technique
at the
known
press.
as positive confrontation here. When they confront Avriana with the fact that they know Callie didn't come back from California, she
Yeah.
averts her eyes and is silent.
And she's like,
If she truly had nothing to do with Callie's disappearance, she likely would have adamantly denied it instead of sitting in silence. As Avriana appears to be contemplating something, perhaps a confession, she poses the next question.
oh, bro, is this that's what happened to the kid? Bro. Oh, yeah, she's dead. Bro, this is all the kid had to do to survive. Damn.
You guys talk to Tyler?
Yes.
Oh, bro,
And
just
my
tell
concern
the
with Tyler
truth.
would be if he is saying something that is putting it on you.
Yeah,
That's my concern.
yeah.
So I want to
Is
get.
that what he's doing?
I want to get
That's-
your version
I
of
don't
your
know.
side independently.
Bro,
The detectives
she
finally
thinks
make it
she's
known
gonna
that her
get
act
told.
isn't working. And, like
thinks
Avriana,
they're gonna
they're
tell
also
her.
privy
What
to
the
some
fuck?
horrendous information.
So what do you guys know?
We know about the bags. We know about Farrah.
Yeah.
We know about the storage unit. We know about the storage unit. We know about your trip. Okay.
There's no going back at this point. It's out in the open now.
Yeah, we know she's dead.
So how did it happen? What happened?
Oh, she's gonna cry now.
No, what?
Oh, you're gonna cry now.
That day or that night, what did he say happened? What did he tell you?
That's crazy.
The idea of revealing what happened to Callie seems to bring up real emotion, but it may just be that Avriana is only concerned for herself and is aware that she's likely going to jail after this interview. The latter is a more likely explanation given her demeanor up to this point. It's also likely that she's thinking of her two biological children, as she knows she's at risk of not being able to see them again.
Good.
Whatever the explanation may be, we'll finally hear two accounts of the recent events surrounding the death of little Callie.
Bro, that subwoofing shit scared the fuck out of me. What the fuck? Bro, listen to this.
Finally hear two accounts of the recent events surrounding the death of little
That
Callie.
shit scared me, bro.
Unspeakable details will be brought to light, but the lack of consensus between the stories will leave you reeling, wondering where the horrific truth actually lies. Please be forewarned. The details you're about to hear are quite disturbing.
The death.
Around 5.
Tyler continues listing off the chores he did upon arriving home, including cleaning up after and walking the dog.
He didn't clean shit, bro. Your house is filthy.
There's nothing I need to show you.
But it's not his fault. He studies. She doesn't. Right?
She brings out in her hand,
Hallie's
in
dead.
her arms. She's lifeless, limp, lifeless. And she wasn't breathing. So, I started doing CPR.
And you didn't call the cops?
Try what?
You didn't call the doctors?
How did you try to help her?
By beating the fuck out of her.
CPR. Okay. Who was doing CPR?
Me.
You?
We both were.
You both were trying? How long did you try?
So long.
Tried doing stomach compression, trying to force air into her lungs, right?
I don't remember how much time went by.
Oh, you're gonna oh, don't worry. It's less time than when you're gonna spend in prison, bitch.
It was unbelievable.
However long
It
that
was
felt,
complete
jail will feel
chaos,
longer.
as Tyler describes it, amongst his attempts to administer CPR, the dog's panicked barking, and the other two children crying out for their parents behind the closed door of a bedroom.
Oh, God, bro.
I keep trying CPR, I told her it's not working, We need to call an ambulance.
No, you should have called an ambulance
My hands are hurting.
hours ago.
She said, no, you're not going to call an ambulance, I can't go to prison, If you call an ambulance, I'm going to kill you, You have to save your daughter, CPR, You're certified, you have a card, You have to save your daughter.
I was so upset with Tyler. Because he said he knew CPR.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can.
CPR.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
I
mean he
thought-
can revive
Oh.
somebody. You don't fuck.
Yeah, I got my CPR card or whatever.
Did you call anyone? Call 911? Why?
It's probably family or friends. Why not?
So I grabbed my phone.
Stupid.
I said, I'm gonna call the ambulance, man. I can't help her, And she snatches the phone from me. She throws it at the pantry or at the wall right next to the pantry, whatever. It hits the floor and it's...
Tyler then claimed that he attempted to leave the apartment to seek help from a neighbor, but Avriana blocked the door and prevented him from leaving.
My heart's beating out of my chest, and I'm just talking, please breathe, please just breathe, If she's not breathing, it's not working.
Call the
She's not
cops,
responding.
bro. Okay,
She's
bro.
not talking, her eyes are open, but she's not blinking,
Let's be real, bro. If somebody says, hey, we're not calling an ambulance because I'm not going to jail, and somebody looks at me and says, hey, I'll kill you if you call the ambulance, you're not gonna get the chance to kill me, okay? And I'm calling the ambulance. You know what? I'm not calling for one ambulance, I'm calling for two. Alright? There you go. That's what I'm doing. And I think that's what every parent should be doing. Legitimately. If your fucking significant other comes out and says, hell no, you're not calling the ambulance, then I'm not going to prison. Okay, you're not going to prison. But I will. And my daughter or my son will go to the fucking hospital, and so will you. And if they need organs, I'm going to make sure that there are some organs that are free for my child. Do you understand where I'm going with this? You get it? If some fucking piece of shit tells me, no, you're not calling. Oh, yes, I am. And I'm telling them there's a heart, there's a brain, there's some lungs, there's anything you need for my child. You can get them from that thing.
I don't know how much time passed, between that and when I stopped, maybe it was an hour.
Exactly.
And a half, maybe it was 3 hours. I don't know.
2 ambulances.
It was too late.
Not for me, motherfucker. How are you gonna say it was too late?
I put my ear to her heart, I thought I heard her heart stop beating, She was dead, I don't know. There was just a lot going on, but she was dead, and I'm holding her in my heart. She's dead,
And you couldn't confess to the police? You couldn't call the police and say, hey, listen, she did this, she said that, she said the other. I know I'm gonna go to jail, but it's the right thing to do.
Avriana stepped away and checked on the other children at this point.
Oh, of course you did.
So I go, and I have a duffel bag, I put it in a duffel bag.
Who took care of that?
Me.
So you didn't put her in the bag?
Bro.
Did he tell you what he was going to do?
Avriana had tended to their boys while he'd placed Callie in the bag.
And then you go to the police.
She went to the bathroom and smoked. Maverick's in there, and she called me in there.
So kind of walk us through what was the game plan, or what did you guys come up with?
It wasn't really a plan.
No, I can tell. I can tell there's no plan.
What are you gonna do, Tyler? What's your plan? This is your fault. You gotta fix this. I told her I need to tell somebody. I need help. I need help, and she said, no, you're not gonna tell anybody.
Oh my God.
If you tell somebody, her brothers are gonna get taken away. This is God's plan,
Oh, bro.
Though Tyler and Avriana both allege that there was really no plan to handle the situation initially, the efforts to cover up Callie's death commenced immediately. They began by removing evidence from their home, including the rug where Callie lay during the alleged CPR and a sweater of Tyler's that he placed over her when it was confirmed that she was dead.
So Avriana says she wants to take the stuff and throw it away somewhere. And she's not going to allow me to stay because she doesn't trust me. She thinks I'm going to call the police on it. So she said, you have to come with me so that I know that you won't turn me in.
Oh my God.
To make matters even worse, they had the audacity to leave their infant and toddler sons alone in the apartment. In addition, Tyler has admitted to committing the crime of tampering with evidence by disposing of the items in a dumpster. The horror continued in the days following Callie's death. Tyler asserts that the day after Callie died, Avriana had devised a plan to cover it all up. And as you're about to hear, it's absolutely diabolical.
What to say?
She wants to go to California, and she wants to burn the body under a bridge near Woodward. And I tell her, no, I'm not doing that, and she said, remember what I told you last night, I'm doing this my way, and if you get my way, I'm going to kill you, I'm not going to prison for this. I'm not losing my sons.
Oh, no, you're losing your life at this point.
My sons are safe,
Tyler is rationalizing his behavior, but his claim about how he didn't feel that he or his sons were safe doesn't fit with going along with Avriana's plan to get rid of the child's remains. If you found that plan disturbing, you'll be appalled at Avriana's ideas that came next.
Planted on some other guy.
Matter of fact, I should just
say
put
something
the bag
else
in the Sacramento River, leave it on the train track, that you said no, because even if she gets ran over by a train, they can still identify her, So she said, no, I'm just going to burn her body,
The thought that Avriana allegedly concocted such barbaric ways to dispose of Callie's body is beyond comprehension. She even devised a morbid plan to ensure Tyler wouldn't abandon her or turn her in during the interim between Callie's death and her body being left at the storage unit.
I'll kill your
I
kids.
dropped in the house. I tried to take the bag back inside, and she said, "No, you're not putting that in my house. You know, you're gonna keep that with you. You know, so that if you try anything, I'm gonna be able to call the police and tell them that you have a body in your trunk." I can't in the trunk in the duffel bag.
Is that you keep a body and you go to work?
She tells me
that's her. I'm guessing that's her version of having leverage on you, but not call the police. You know, you got complete and ample opportunity to do so. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, she stays at home and is keeping her kids hostage. Is that how you're looking at it?
Right.
Callie's body remained in Tyler's vehicle for more than 2 weeks. Apparently, Avriana had poured carpet deodorizer over the receptacles that held her tiny body.
She told you why she did that?
So that it wouldn't smell.
Oh, bro, come on, it still stunk.
Did that work?
No.
The sickening situation was taking its toll on Tyler. At least, that's his claim.
She saw Avriana, you resign?
Yeah, and she said, "No, you're not. You're gonna get a bin, so that you can get acid, so that I can put body in acid."
Oh my God.
Tyler followed through and got the bin. He explains what came next.
All this animosity, just trying to relax, just trying to buy time.
And what did you come up with?
I'm gonna contact somebody who I know will know that something's wrong with me. Joe Garcia knew, because he knew me. He could see something was wrong. I asked questions that raised red flags, so that he would start to say something's going on. That's the only thing I could come up with.
Now, that's a huge risk to take, huge gamble. I mean, again, I'm not the what if police here.
No, it's not really a huge gamble. Right? That's why everything was so traceable to him. Right? Because it's not really a huge gamble. Because what's the plan, bro? Leaving a dead body in one of those like small storage units, bro, it will stink. Those things aren't sealed. It will stink up the whole place. Like, that body will be found. You can't lock a body like that. He didn't even wrap it in anything, right? Like, didn't try to wrap the smell, didn't try to do anything like that. Just they use the deodorant, but it's not gonna work. So I actually do kind of believe this, dude. I actually do think he did it so that he would get caught.
But had he not, what's the plan at that point?
Without confessing.
Had a strong belief that he would.
But, okay. If you're gonna go through with all of that, right, why wouldn't you just go to the police station and say, "Hey, by the way, I have the body of my daughter in the trunk, and I'll talk to you guys about everything. Please go to this place, and my wife is there. Please take the kids away from her. She's holding them hostage." Boom, they'll do it.
Tyler's story continues along the same illogical path it's been traveling down. The detective asks why Tyler went back to Sacramento on the day after Callie's remains were located in Joe's unit.
Yeah, it's more likely that he was drug-fueled and he did this plan
Your
whilst
reason
high.
for going down there on the day you got in custody, okay? Like,
Just go to the police station.
I had a strong feeling that he would
get
look
caught
that night or the next day because of the breadcrumbs that I'm leaving.
Why
right,
the
the suspicions I'm raising. His daughter's worried, right? She's there, so she's wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So I knew that he would look. I just knew he would look.
So you were counting on being caught.
Why not go to the cops?
Tyler portrays himself to be a victim of the situation, but it's clear that he was deeply involved. After all, starvation doesn't occur overnight. In fact, the CPS investigation confirms that there were concerns about Callie having been malnourished years before she died. Evidence is clearly suggesting that this was no accident or illness, but rather a calculated plan. In addition to information detectives obtained from the CPS report and the interrogations, 2 compelling accounts from witnesses emerged. Both revealed the horrifying true story about what actually happened to Callie behind the closed doors of Avriana and Tyler's apartment. It all began when Jayla, an old friend of Avriana's, traveled to Reno for a visit in early December of 2017.
So Avriana would get with Jayla and start to drink, and they call me in the middle of the night, not in the middle of the night, but like 11 p.m., 12 maybe,
For a threesome.
to come pick them up, take them back home.
Bang 'em.
Jayla sleeps in the living room, and then Avriana and me are in the bedroom. Is that it? Yeah.
Except Tyler left a few important elements out of his story.
Jayla's telling investigators that she saw her boys in the apartment, but she never saw was in her room. Okay.
She was already dead.
She has Avriana. Avriana told her she was in daycare.
Tyler is likely rubbing his foot in an attempt to release nervous energy.
She was
He's
already
feeling
dead.
uncomfortable about discussing where Callie supposedly was during this visit.
Where was the dog at?
The dog was in the cage in the bathroom.
Okay. Did you let her see the dog?
Because we just got it, and he was
No, because
not
the
very
kid
friendly
was tied to
at
the
that
fucking
time.
dog.
However, it just so happens that Avriana had described the family dog quite differently.
Did you give the kids?
Oh, yeah. Maverick?
Not
Yeah,
a vicious dog?
No, he's not vicious. Not at all. Not at all. Sweetest little boy. So sweet, but he gets on my nerves.
Tyler's claims that they kept their dog caged within the bathroom and that it was never seen or heard by a house guest isn't plausible. The detective digs deeper into the issue of Callie's whereabouts during Jayla's visit.
At the time that you were at the apartment, Tyler, did you ever
She was tied to the dog thing, bro.
I was sleeping.
at all hours of the day?
Bro.
When I was there.
But Jayla stayed the night, right?
Yeah, she left in the morning.
Okay.
It was roughly 1 month after Callie's body was found that Jayla spoke with the detective. Her story was chilling. Jayla stayed at the apartment for only one night, but it was more than ample time to observe that things were terribly wrong.
Oof.
Of the apartment's 2 bathrooms, she was only permitted to enter the one located in the master bedroom. The other bathroom was strictly off limits, as Tyler and Avriana were housing their vicious dog Maverick within the confines of its walls. At least, that's the excuse Tyler and Avriana had concocted, according to Jayla. It's interesting to note that this completely conflicts with Avriana's previous statement, that Maverick is the sweetest little boy and great with children.
Yeah, the fucking kid is
Jayla never saw the dog nor heard noises from him while there. She also never saw Callie, but did see Tyler and Avriana's little boys, whom Avriana doted on. Jayla attested to the fact that Avriana harbored hatred toward Leonie due to the pure and simple fact that she had given birth to Callie. Tyler, having gained custody of Callie, wasn't enough.
Oof.
In her efforts to deprive Leonie of merely watching her little girl grow up from a distance, Avriana forbade any posting of pictures and videos of Callie on social media.
Horrible.
This behavior Jayla describes is definitely consistent with the idea that perpetrators of domestic violence often show very jealous and possessive behaviors, evidenced by her feelings toward Leonie. During Jayla's short visit, the two also met up with Tyrese, an acquaintance who had attended high school with both women. The detective caught up with him several months later in January of 2019. And boy, did he have a scandalous story to tell. He told officers that he and Avriana allegedly engaged in an affair from December of 2017 through February of 2018. Tyrese estimated that they had secretly met more than 20 times at Avriana and Tyler's apartment.
I mean, I'm
Part
telling
of his
you,
story
boys.
mirrored Jayla's. He, too, was forbidden from entering the main bathroom. Avriana's excuse at this time was that it was dirty and messy. Unlike many of her other statements, this particular one held some truth, based on the condition of the apartment when the detectives arrived to speak with Avriana.
Filthy.
Tyrese stated that he witnessed the two little boys in the apartment during his visits. However,
didn't
he
see
never
Callie.
saw so much as a trace of Callie. According to Avriana, she was at Grandma's house.
Bro, she was
Of course,
tired,
we
bro.
know this to be a lie. Evidently, Tyrese had been following the
Yeah.
media's reporting on the case. At
But
one
this
point
fucking
during his
child,
interview,
I'm
Tyrese broke
cheating on
down
him, bro.
stating, "She did that. That is so wrong. The did that for so long. She would not let me in that room." With these two witness accounts in mind, there is a strong possibility that Avriana and Tyler kept Callie imprisoned within the main bathroom. Maybe they sedated her with medication so she wouldn't cry
Bro.
and couldn't be heard by Jayla or Tyrese.
And then she
It's also a
died.
possibility that Callie was so sick due to being chronically
And she
malnourished
died,
that she wasn't physically able to yell or cry. And Avriana and Tyler didn't want anyone to bear witness to her alarming physical condition. In addition to neglect, Callie's subjection to cruel, relentless abuse was, sadly, the only life she ever knew. Shortly after Callie's death, Tyler reveals that he and Avriana used cocaine, during which he alleged Avriana revealed her deepest, darkest secrets
She wanted the kid
and
dead.
the truth about Callie's death.
She would, because I would call when I would be at work during when we're staying out here. I'm working 2 jobs, I'd call to talk to my kids, because I miss them. I hardly spend time with them. And she said that she would leave in her room, and when I called, she would go in there and she'd get Callie the phone, and she'd be I'd be on speakerphone, and she'd be telling me what to say to me, that she's playing with her brother, and that she's eating,
But she's not.
watching TV. And Avriana said she would have her lie, and she would leave her in there.
Leave her in where, I'm sorry?
In her room. And then, she said she would cry out for you. And Avriana would go in there and tell him, your daddy doesn't love you, Nobody loves you. The person that gave birth to you doesn't even love you, Your daddy doesn't love you, and if he did, he'd be here with you. So shut the up, She would close the door on him.
Bro.
This gut-wrenching account of emotional and verbal abuse would be extremely damaging to a child. Callie likely felt very isolated, as if she was an
I hope there's
outsider.
a bunch of big butch lesbians, bro, that love kids in that jail. But not love kids in a weird way. Like aunties and, aunts and grandmas. And treat her like the piece of shit she is.
She was playing with her brother. Avriana said that she would be physically abusing her, and she would make her lie to me. And she would put frozen vegetables. She would put frozen vegetables on her to try to make the bruises go away before I get home. But she would cover them up.
How are you not
It's possible that Tyler knew.
How are you not breaking the fuck up with her and kicking her out of the house and calling the cops and fucking running away, bro? I don't know. Be homeless. Be homeless, bro. Don't be with this thing.
Knew about the abuse the whole time, but is claiming that he only found out the true extent of it after his daughter had died, as he may think that makes him less responsible for what happened.
Yeah, he knew she
Yet
was a
the detective
monster the
shows Tyler a
longest time.
sequence of photos that will make it even more difficult for Tyler to plead ignorance to the horrors that were occurring inside the home.
This was a living
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, that's what King, Black and Proud. I agree, bro. I agree, bro.
Weeks after death.
I agree, bro. I've been in jail. I've been in jail for murder, bro.
You think, was it like this?
Yeah, was it like this? No.
In Minecraft, but
Was it
like
this at that
legitimately,
point?
dude, like fuck off.
Wasn't this bad? No.
Is there a reason why those pieces of furniture is blocking the bathroom?
That was in her room.
That was in her
She
room.
was cleaning everything out.
So,
Oh, come on. Oh, and she cleaned the
walking
fucking
in
kid
cleaning
out, dude.
product bottles in the bathroom across from him. Was just used to kind of.
That's to clean up my dog's messes.
All that bleach and clean shield, that's for the dog? Yeah. Okay. The reason why there's all this food and for the dog.
What about the kid?
Yeah. Pizza for the dog? Yeah.
What about the kid, bro?
Give me time.
What about the kid?
In this bathroom and that food given to her? No. In that fashion? Not that I know of, no. Not that you know of? No.
There are photos of Callie's clothing and few belongings that have been left in the bathtub.
That was her room, bro. The fucking tub was her fucking room.
She put it in there to leave her storage? I don't know.
Oh, bro, stop.
Were you going in the... You said you take care of the dog every day, right?
Come on,
right.
Dog. Come
you
on,
go in this bathroom where the dog crate is, and the dog is in the crate every day, correct? Mm-hmm.
Come on, dog.
And when you go in the bathroom, are you seeing belongings in there? Yeah. You do not all of this stuff.
Clearly, it's very possible that the crate and food in the bathroom were for Callie and not the dog, who seems to be the scapegoat for some of the compelling evidence. Even the existence of a dog still isn't entirely clear.
Say, bro. That cage isn't for the dog, it's for the
Tyler
kid.
the direct question he's been building up to.
It's for the kid.
Do you think deep down she hated her? Do you think that she has some sort of animosity with her after all these years?
She always said, I'm supposed to have your first child, and I can never see myself being with a man who has a baby, and I'm not a stepmother, and things like that.
Oh,
she
bro,
go fuck yourself. She's not a stepmother, and you
stayed with her, bro.
No. Okay.
You go to
and with that, the motive behind this whole catastrophe is finally confirmed. And it's consistent with information Jayla also provided. Avriana harbored a pure hatred for little Callie. It had manifested from the unwarranted contempt she'd always harbored toward Leone, and it was revealed in the abuse she inflicted on her daughter. As the interview is nearing a close, the detective confronts Tyler on what was arguably the most disturbing aspect of Callie's condition when her body was discovered.
16 pounds.
As you can recall, the responding officers at the scene of the storage facility referred to Callie as an infant at times.
Yo, buddy. Very young, like months.
Months.
Okay.
She was 5 years old.
6 months-ish or less.
5 years old, bro.
Oh yeah, wearing looks like jammies or something like that.
She didn't look sickly to me. She wasn't a skeleton.
Horrifyingly so, Callie was a mere 16 pounds, according to the medical examiner. Clearly, she was the size of an infant at just a few months shy of her 6th birthday. She died an excruciating death of starvation that was a long, drawn-out process. It's likely the misery spanned 3 agonizing years.
Bro. Oh my God, bro.
With this revelation, Avriana's interview isn't ending in the way she'd hoped, as you'll see.
Oh, you're getting 300 years.
It's still an ongoing investigation.
300 years.
All right. We have detectives.
Bro, I will find the technology, okay, to make you experience a rebirth. I will rebirth you and I will fucking put you in jail again. I'll rebirth you and put you in jail again, and I'll rebirth you and I'll put you in jail again. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
For the sake of this entire case, and for the sake of, okay? There's still some things that we need to wait on for the autopsy and things of that nature. But at this moment in time, right now, we're gonna go ahead and book you at our county jail, okay? For child neglect.
Yeah, for killing.
For child neglect.
Yes.
Okay? That's going to be your charge. All right. What's that? I just want to die.
Well, I mean, we all want you to die. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Away from my kid.
We want you away from life.
I don't know all that he said, okay?
But we're going off by what you said.
He said that there are detectives down there, okay?
He can tell you guys. I don't deserve to go to jail for this.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right.
Just...
You're right. People like you shouldn't go to jail. You should go straight to fucking hell. Straight to fucking hell, bro. How about I tie you to a cage, bro? How about I tie you to a cage and then I walk up to you and I say, nobody loves you. Nobody ever loved you. Your mom didn't love you. Look at you. You're a hoe. Look at you. Look at you, dumb bitch. And then I starve you. How about that? Would you like that treatment? Because I am like Bas Rutten. I don't do eye for an eye. I do 2 eyes for an eye.
Now realizing that she will face punishment for
Oh,
what she
you're
has
gonna
done.
cry. Look at her. She's crying.
What did I do to
What did I
deserve
do? Okay, bro.
What did I do, God?
What did you do?
Everything that you've asked me to.
Oh, does he talk to you? Does he tell you to kill kids?
Everything that you asked me to, God.
Does he tell you to kill kids?
Not once in all the hours of interrogation did Avriana show this kind of remorse for Callie. This emotion is only for herself. In the end, there was a small semblance of justice for the little girl whose life had only consisted of suffering. Tyler eventually gave up on his claims of ignorance and reverted back to his original story. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 10 years. Avriana Enoch, formerly Anderson, prior to the couple's divorce in August of 2019, had a different outcome. She stood trial in late July of 2021 after a judge rejected her proposed plea agreement. On August 5th, she was convicted of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years.
No. You don't got parole, bro. You don't got parole with me. You don't got parole. Nah, bro. I would have done 25 years. 25 years. Fuck you, bitch. You tortured, actually, in 25 years? Hell no, bro. You tortured a kid for 3 years. That isn't just first-degree murder. That's torture. That's torture, okay, of a fucking child for 3 years, bro. And you know what? That kid was like 5 years old. So you know what? I'm actually going to say that you tortured the kid for the whole life. So you know what? You get torture for the whole rest of your life. That's what you get. You get solitary confinement. And you get fucking electroshocks. Every time you fall asleep, you get electroshocks. And I'm going to fucking come in there and I'm going to say, hey, you don't deserve any love. And then I'm going to take a piss on you. Psst, psst. And then I'll put a dog in there with you so he can shit all over. And then I'll leave you there, bro. And however long you last. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Right? And when you think you're about to die and you're about to be absolved, I'll give you a little bit of food and your desperation will eat the food. Your desperation will eat the food. And that's what I'm going to do to you relentlessly. Over and over and over and over again. When you're about to die, I'll feed you a little bit. And you're going to eat because you don't want to die. Until the moment that you fucking perish. That's what I'm going to do to you, you fucking dumb cunt. How dare you, bro? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, dude? Cage a child. A child, bro. A child. For 3 years. Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, in Alaska House censures lawmakers fatal child abuse cases could be a benefit for society. What? As in... Okay, Alaska House censors lawmaker for suggested fatal child abuse cases could be a benefit for society. As in, I'm glad the kid died and is no longer suffering. I mean, in a way. But it's not the choice I'd rather take, you know? But, there are things worse than death, right? Dude, if you're tortured relentlessly for 3 years, I think death is it's a relief. Somewhat, you know? Is that what that means? Or does it mean as in, if you abuse a child, you get the whaka? You know? The problem, dude, with the death thing is, what if you didn't do it? What if everything does point towards you, but you didn't do it? Right? That's the problem with death row. Because there's no checking back in the case and saying, hey, you know what? We missed a clue. We missed a fucking big clue. We missed a blood pattern. We missed the fucking semen, whatever. We missed this, we missed that, we missed the other. Right? And now the person's dead and you can't take that back. That's the problem with, like, death row. But I don't know what that means, that the Alaska House censures lawmaker for suggesting fatal child abuse cases could be a benefit for society. As in, if you get child abused, you're gonna turn out wrong, so if you die, it's a good thing. I mean, I know a lot of people, bro, who were abused as children, and I don't think them dying would be a benefit, you know? Those people go through a tough fucking life, dude, but then they come out the other side, just amazing human beings. They're the strongest human beings I know, you know? The people who are, like, victims of like, abuse and shit. They're some of the strongest human beings I know, dude. They're inspirational, you know? But I don't know what that sentence is trying to say. Right? I'm trying to make sense of it, but I can't. Oh, Cammy! What's up, Cammy? If it isn't my e-girlfriend. What up, Cammy? How's it going? What's up, everybody? Guys, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to end stream, okay? Oh my god, am I gonna be the guy who says, I'm not gonna end stream because I got raided? By Cammy Hankins. What's up, Cammy? Good to see you, Cammy. I'm glad you're on band. I'm glad you're on band. We're watching a murder documentary, Cammy. This piece of shit, okay, she kept her kid, well, actually not her kid, her husband's kid, locked in a cage. The kid died after like 3 years of being locked in there. And then they try to hide the body. Just horrible shit, dude. Horrible shit. Horrible, cruel, most cruel things. Yeah, it was... Dude, she weighed 18 pounds, 16 pounds at 5 years old. Look, the kid weighed 16 pounds at 5 years old. They thought she was a 6-month-old because of how little she weighed. Yeah. Yeah. Daughter's 5. Yeah, dude. It was some cruel shit, dude. It was some cruel fucking shit. And then, dude, she was telling the kid, apparently she was telling the kid that nobody loves you and shit like that. Like, fuck, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She got 20 years, which is very little to me, dude. 20 years doesn't sound right to me. He got 10 years. Yeah, he got 10 years for, like, well, for neglect. 20 years with a possibility of parole after 10 years. And she got 20 years with a possibility of parole after 20 years. No, 25 after 20. Some bullshit like that. 20 to life. They say 20 to life, but I don't know. With possibility of parole after 20. Which is ridiculous, because this chick was clearly insane. Like, clearly insane. They got life with possibility of parole. Okay. Yeah, you're right. He got possibility of parole after 10 years. And the other one got possibility of parole after 20 years. Which, let's be honest, no. If you're out here torturing kids like that, no, you never get to come back to society. It's not the same. Like, yeah, death is too easy, though. Yeah, death is too easy. Death is too easy. Death is too easy. You know? Look, they always say that the fucking jail system should be correctional, you know? And look, I agree, mostly. But, you do crimes against kids, or like you're a serial killer, you're not coming back from that. You're gone. You're gone. I don't want you to be helped. I want you to be tortured. Does that make me a bad person? You know, does that make... Like, I don't want people to be tortured, but if you're gonna cage a child, like, and treat her like she's a dog, oh, I want you to be tortured. I do. Is that wrong to say? Am I evil for saying that? Hey, maybe you shouldn't have fucking caged the child, bro. You know, maybe if you didn't want to be tortured, you shouldn't have done that to the kid. Now, the only problem I have with the torture thing is that what if they didn't do it? Now I just tortured an innocent person. Now I deserve to be tortured. You know what I mean? That's the only issue. That's the only issue. If I knew 100%, oh yeah, I'd fucking, oh, torture them. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Oh, I don't care. Whip them. Oh, I don't care. Flay them. Like, fuck. I may have sentenced her to breastfeed a school of starving piranhas for 20 years. Okay, now we're getting creative with the fucking... Now we're getting creative. No, I think the torture has to be on the same level of what you did to the person. So if the kid is caged in the dog cage, I put you in the dog cage. And I kick the dog cage. That's what I do. Yeah, and every time I'm watching you fall asleep, I kick it. And whenever you're dying of starvation, I feed you a little bit. You know what I mean? I feed you just a little bit, just so you can stay alive. And then I keep starving you. I mean, that's what you did to the kid. You know? That's what you did to the fucking kid, bro. That's all all the life that the kid knew. The kid was a 5-year-old kid. All she knew was torture. So you know what? Until you die, all you're gonna know is torture. It is what it is, bro. It's fair. That's fair. In my world, that's fair. If all the child knew was torture, all you're gonna know now, from now on, is torture. Sorry, but that's how it is. You know? I'm a good person, bro. I don't want to torture people, but if you're out here touching children,